Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Welcome back. I'm your host, your lovely, handsome, haircut having, glasses wearing host, Uncle P. By myself right now, waiting on my co-host. We'll see how that goes. I'm just giving you a little episode today, man. Not a whole lot of topics. We're going to dive into some sports betting, all sports. I will go over the Thursday games. Christmas games, NFL, and then maybe some NBA Christmas games. Maybe at the tail end, I'll like show you how I make my bets, like my process of making my parlays. A lot of people contact me for picks. Run a Discord, things like that. I love helping people make money. Obviously, I like making money myself as well, but I get a better feeling when I'm like helping other people make money. Um, What is this shit popping up? Give me 1 second. All right, all right. Let me see if I can share my screen. Background, over the shoulder. Here we go. All right. So, as you can see, I have FanDuel pulled up now. Let me go to the NFL window specifically. I'm not, if I do bet football today, see. So at face value, it looks like a lot of good games, a lot of good matchups. But it's not. Do not waste your money on this shit, man. I'm telling y'all right now. Just because it's available to bet doesn't mean you should bet it. I know what y'all thinking, like, oh, even though the quarterback's not playing, I can pick a running back and this person, and it's like, no. Football is way too complex for that. Like every effect has an opposite. I don't even know what I'm about to say. Y'all just can't bet just because a quarterback is missing. You can't just bet on, say, oh, I'm gonna bet on the other team's quarterback and running backs and receivers. It just doesn't work like that. Like the Cowboys, they are eliminated from the playoffs and essentially playing for nothing but stats, and their families and their pride. The Washington Commanders, I don't think Mariota is playing, but even if he was is going to be. Matter of fact, he's not playing. I don't think he is. But if he was, I would probably like this game. But I don't think he's playing. I don't think Mariota's playing. So this game is a stay away. Because Mariota got hurt, and then who was his backup? I forget who his backup was. Let me grab my phone. All right. Yeah, it's gonna be Josh Johnson. I've heard of him because he was like the third, fourth string running quarterback on the Ravens. Josh Johnson is playing. Marcus Mariota is out with a hand injury. Marcus was already the backup to Jaden Daniels. This is the third string quarterback, y'all. No, you stay away from this game. You look up, Dak is worth a lot of money. He's on the team with high aspirations every year. If the Cowboys come out with like a 20-point lead first half, if Dak gets hit the wrong way, rolls ankle, something happens, you're gonna look up and you're gonna be like, damn, why Dak only sitting at 150 yards? Like, he had 120 in the first half. He should sleepwalk to 200. You're gonna be sitting there like, why is the line not moving? And then you going, because most niggas don't watch the games they bet. Then you're gonna turn the game on, or you're gonna pay attention to the game, and you're gonna hear the announcer go, "Yeah, Dak Prescott's day is done," and you're gonna be like, "Oh, why the fuck did I bet this game?" Yeah, stay away. Detroit and Minnesota has a lot of potential because Detroit is playing for something, but in order for Detroit to make the playoffs, it is not in their control. A few things have to happen, but luckily, those few things would have to happen after they play. So let's just say, for example, this game was Sunday at like 4 o'clock, right? And the Packers and Bears played it Sunday, but at 1 o'clock. The Lions need like the Packers and the Bears to like lose out or some shit, something like that. They need a few things to happen, and then they need to win out. So let's just say the Bears and the Packers had won their respective games and they played before the Lions. The Lions would see their season end and have nothing to play for, and they probably wouldn't attack this game the same way. Wouldn't be the same game plan, not going to see the same coverages, anything like that. Because again, this is a violent sport. These guys love to play, but they also want to remain healthy because of contract extensions and negotiations going into the offseason. We are only, it's only 2 games left. If you're a team that's playing for nothing, you're a typically young player, you know you can get an extension or another contract, shit like that, man. It's just you're just gonna take certain precautions. And again, Minnesota is also missing not just their starting quarterback, they're missing a backup. Because if you remember, Carson Wentz was the backup. He was out when JJ was hurt. Now JJ came back, JJ is hurt. Now the quarterback is Max Brosmer, who went 31 of 47 last week, 4 interceptions. Like I said, not only does Detroit might not be playing for anything, but they're also playing an inferior opponent. And if it's anything I know about gambling, when there's a good opponent playing an inferior opponent, you may think that the team or players you pick on the superior team is going to sleepwalk to their numbers. You are sadly mistaken and you do not understand gambling or competitive sports. Them boys in Detroit are gonna go out there and start lighting these boys up with reserve players. You think it's going to be a Jahmyr Gibbs kind of day and Montgomery goes off. You think it's going to be a Jameson Williams St. Brown's kind of day and it's Josh Reynolds. Like I'm talking about. Please be careful. I might bet this Detroit game, but then again, I probably won't because it's so much basketball. There's so much other inventory. And the Broncos in Kansas City is absolutely a stay away. Denver is playing for something, but they don't even have like Denver don't even got a lot of players I like on the prop tip. Like Bo Nix can be cool, but he's so like inconsistent. Like his line, you can get him for 225 at mine. Like, come on, that's too high. That's too high for them to be playing a Chiefs team that's starting Chris Olajuwon. You have never heard of this nigga. You can get better odds for Chris Olajuwon to throw for 150 yards than you can for Bo Nix to throw for 225 yards. This game is the this is the epitome of a stay away game, yo. If you are putting money on this shit, God help you, man. You gotta call the number, or actually, you probably don't even have to call the number. You just not smart, like you just not thinking. It's an awesome smoothie, awesome Wawa smoothie on this Christmas day. All right. Now, now let's go to the NBA. All right. So I'm gonna just show y'all how I make my picks. So Cleveland, New York. This is a good ass game to bet. So my process is hard to explain, but I generally start by picking the games I like. And since this is Christmas, the NBA has given us, I love every single game today. And this is the first game. So once I decide which game I like, um, you know, I that's contingent upon like matchups, familiarity. Are the players getting up for this matchup? Like for example, if the Knicks were playing the Charlotte Hornets, I don't like that matchup. I don't think the Knicks are getting up for Charlotte. I don't think I think like Jalen Brunson might do his thing, but I don't think that's a game where OG and Mikal Bridges are like super locked in. They might go off, they might not. because you just have way more room for error. When there's a lot of room for error, man, anything can happen. Like it almost reminds me of, it almost comes back to what I was saying with the football part, like superior team playing inferior team. So like if they were playing Charlotte, the Knicks understand that they can probably beat that team without getting, the most contribution from their best players, versus they're playing they want to beat Cleveland today, they know they have to show up. So once I get a matchup like that, it's like, all right, two good teams, they all have to show up, all their best players have to show up. Now I have to decide based on odds what players I want to bet, you know. Like Donovan Mitchell and Brunson, they are going to score the majority of the points today. But so you see how their odds are like high. So like you kind of want to live with that first just to start off because you're going to have to bet these two no matter what. So just get it out the way. Now, once I do that, I start to like think about like, all right, points, cool. What else can they do? Rebound? Can they assist? Donovan Mitchell can, but that's not really like he has other players on his team who lead in that role and that's their job. That's not necessarily his job to get assists. That's Darius Garland's role. Not necessarily his job to get rebounds. That's Evan Mobley, Jared Allen's role, maybe a little DeAndre Hunter. So for those two, I wouldn't even bother to look at rebounds. Um, Now for Brunson, I'm going to look at assists because the Knicks do not have a traditional point guard at all, but Brunson is the closest thing. And outside of Brunson, they do not have any other like real ball handlers that will facilitate, just will rack up a bunch of assists. They got people that can pass the ball, but they don't have like niggas that'll rack up a lot of assists. So like, you see Donovan Mitchell plus 100, Jalen Brunson and Darius Garland have the same odds because these are their primary ball handlers. So being as though I got Mitchell and Brunson for 25 for not so good odds, I combined it and I'm at minus 130. I'll take a look and see what it turns into if I see even then like odds aren't really good enough for me. I know these two can get 6 assists. So when I have a strong inkling of what a player can, so first once I pick like the safe round numbers like 2, 4, and 6, it's like I see that it's like all right, 6. I know they're going to get 6. I feel really good about it. So it's like, let me go see what their regular line is because I already got minus money for Brunson and Mitchell's points. Just how you turn your ticket up, playing with the odds. I can't doing the best I can to explain it. Um, 6.5, like I thought. Brunson 6.5. Now we have plus 376. We've only added 4 selections with 3 players. I do not like seeing parlays with 6 different niggas, 8 different players doing all these different things because like what's the odds of all of those people doing all of those things? Like something is not going to happen. And that's when like the combos get involved. So I got Brunson, Garland assists. I love them for 7 assists. I need somebody that's going to get a few rebounds and some points. So that might lead me to somebody like a Mikal Bridges, a Jared Allen, a Carl Anthony Towns. All right, so now let's start looking at numbers, odds. Jarrett Allen, you can get at 21 and a half for points and rebounds. Cat 32 and a half. OG 22. Where's Mikal? Mikal 20 and a half. I like Mikal's line. See, if I was on my phone, I'd be able to like see like his last 5 games, but I'm not. Hmm, Probably have to go with. All right, so let's start with the best player available here. I mentioned Mikal Bridges, I mentioned Jared Allen, I mentioned Cat. So usually when I'm like at a crossroads of like who and what I want to do, but I know the players, You start with the best player always. You always start with the best player because for one, if he doesn't get his numbers, you're able to live with it because it's like, yo, that's what he does. He didn't do it today. Cool, whatever reasons, the shit happens. But when you start picking like Josh Hart and Dean Wade, OG Anunoby, and they don't cover, and then you see Cat go for 30 and 15, you're never going to forgive yourself because you knew better. You know Cat's the better player. You know he's liable to do way more than all of them niggas. So keep that in mind. That's what I do. Best player available all the time. So Cat 32 and a half. What that do? Ooh, that take us to plus 747. I think I'm going to stick with that. Cat might get in foul trouble, but you live with that. That's 33. So Cat would pretty much have to get like 23 and 10, 25 and 8, you know, 22 and 11. That's doable. Or he could get like 25 and 15. Very much go over that. I love Cat's line today. So now that I got that out the way, we have five legs. I'm trying not to go too leg heavy because we do have a boost. Um, so next I would probably try to alternate the combos because I like Mikal Bridges' line, but now we got a bulk of the ticket done. This is when we start to just like we add things we trust but lower them to make it safer and while still getting good odds. Mikal Bridges' line was at like 20 and a half. So that means I can get really good odds at like 17 and a half. All right, so I'm at six legs. So this means I can probably add two more legs. I'm trying to get to like plus 2000s, but we have a boost. So since we have a boost, I can probably max out at like 1600 plus 1600, and then I can boost it and that'll take me to plus 2000. So let's take Bridges for 14 and a half. That takes us to 909. Cool. Now we need two more. Two more. We can go Darius Garland, Jared Allen. Now, once I get like that, once I'm at a point where I got majority of my ticket done, and I'm trying to add supplementary legs, that'll take me to plus 2000. Now I just start thinking of who am I missing? Who are going to be key contributors to this game? Darius Garland is going to have to score points. So let's see if we can get Garland for 15. Hopefully that can get us to like plus 1200 or something. Where is the fucking alternate points? Just rebounds, assists. Am I fucking tripping? Oh, okay. I don't see Darius Garland alternate points, but it's cool. We ain't tripping. We are not tripping because we just want him for 15. Minus 370. Ooh, plus 1148. And we just need one more leg. Again, key contributors. Is it going to be OG? Is it going to be Josh Hart? Or is it going to be Jared Allen? Jared Allen scares me a little bit. He's such a coward. Maybe I can get Jared Allen for like 6.5 rebounds. I don't think that'll be enough. Let me see. Fuck is he at? Come on, I can't alternate Jared Allen rebounds. I want to get him for seven. Six ain't good enough, and eight is too high. Actually, we're gonna go Josh Hart. He's a workhorse. They need him. If you watch when you watch a Knicks game, do you always see Josh Hart? Is he always doing something? Then that means he's a viable player to bet on. I want to get his rebounds and assists. You want to get something where one could do all the heavy lifting. Like if I can get Josh Hart 11 and a half, ooh, rebounds and assists. We all know Josh Hart. He can fuck around and get 10 rebounds. And all he would need is two assists theoretically. Oh, why don't click that? 30% boost would take us to, yep, perfect. $25 would get you 537. $20 to get you 429. If you're not trying to bet, a whole lot, who just want to do five. They say the average bettor in America bets $5. Five will get you a nice little payout, get you some more money to keep betting with. So I'm gonna lock this in on my phone. I don't want y'all to see my wager amount. Yeah, I think I actually got a version of this ticket created already. Let me see. Give me 1 second. I'm on the Score app, formerly known as ESPN Bet. Let me see. I think I got a version of this ticket. I got this ticket in, but instead of Garland's points, I have OG Anunoby points and rebounds for 15, and I have Carl Anthony Towns for 25 points and rebounds. So a little bit lower than his 32 and a half. But overall, I like this ticket. So it's the same ticket. So I'm gonna lock that in. Um, so let me see. I'm trying to think. These next set of games, actually, I know what we'll do. When Juice and Snow are back, we are going to go over these Saturday games in weekend slate of games. So yeah, we'll do that then. So let me stop sharing. All right, so just quick little pop for y'all. Y'all something to tune into. I'm trying to have this joint. This joint should be up before um NBA tip off, definitely before NFL kickoff. So yeah. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.